All this week, we have been talking about the local author fair right here in West Bloomfield that's going to be taking place at the West Bloomfield Library on Sunday, March 23rd. A chance for local West Bloomfield authors to meet and communicate with some of the younger readers of the community and to meet some of their fans and showcase some of their many, many books. And we have one of those authors that's going to be taking part in the author fair joining us right now on the Splash, children's book author Alice McGinty. Alice, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, happy to be here.
Happy to have you with us. We love talking with local West Bloomfield authors and readers, and you've written a wide range of children's books, from biographies to fiction and poetry. What draws you to writing for young readers?
I have always enjoyed books. When I was a kid, I loved books, and I felt like I had a connection to words. Words had rhythm, words told stories, and I loved the stories and the rhythms and the poetry that I read in books, and I wanted to share that with children. So I still play. I play all the time. I play with words and stories and characters.
Yes, and children love your books. You've got plenty of them out. We've got one of your books, Step by Step, and another one called The Girl Who Named Pluto. A lot of these books have inspiring and educational themes. What is it the big thing that you hope children take away from some of these stories?
I want kids to widen their worlds and realize that there was an 11-year-old girl who really named the planet Pluto, and that they could do amazing things too. So I want them to be inspired. I want to give them a sense of wonder. I want to inspire their curiosity to ask questions and find out more. So that's what I hope that they could take away, along with just a love of language and words and books and story.
And you're teaching everybody a lot of these facts. I actually did not know an 11-year-old girl named Pluto, so you've taught me something right now. And you've also written biographies about some very important figures like Darwin and Gandhi. What is your research process like when bringing historical figures to life for some of these young readers?
I immerse myself in it. I just absolutely dive in. I read everything that I can. With Gandhi, I was able to actually contact his grandfather, and I went to India and went to his home where he grew up and took a tour of the Salt March, which is what the book is about, where he went from village to the sea. So I just try total immersion and jump in and learn everything I absolutely can. And when I feel like I know enough, I start to write.
You said you contacted his grandfather, or did you mean his grandson?
Oh, yes. Sorry, grandson. Good catch.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm like, that seems a little off. But no, that is incredible that you have these great sources to really make these stories authentic. And I got to ask, what inspires some of these ideas? Do you start with a theme, a character, something else? What is it that helps these books come to life?
It's different every time. It really is. The Girl Who Named Pluto. I was researching another book about space, and I came across a tiny article, just one paragraph long, that told me what I didn't know either, that an 11-year-old girl named the planet Pluto. And I dropped the other project immediately. I said, oh my gosh, I've got to write about this. So often something comes to my attention and it inspires me, and I say, at first, I usually say there has to be a book about this already. And then I go and I look it up and I realize there's not. And then I know I have to write it.
For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, we have children's book author Alice McGinty joining us right now to talk about her books and her upcoming participation in the West Bloomfield Library's local author fair that's taking place on Sunday, March 23rd. And I want to get into that real quick, Alice, because this is the second author fair that's taking place right here in West Bloomfield. What made you want to participate in the author fair this year? Did you participate last year?
I did not. And I'm fairly new to West Bloomfield. I've been here permanently about 3 years. So I'm trying to meet people and let people know that I'm here now. So I'm super excited to join the fair.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of young readers who are going to be very, very excited to meet you. What do you enjoy most about meeting young readers and aspiring young writers at events like this?
Yeah, and I just came back from 2 weeks of school presentations. I love it. It truly is the highlight for me as a writer to be in the same room and to have contact with young readers, kids who have read my books. You know, as writers, a lot of what we do is solitary, and we put the words down, and it becomes a book. But to know are kids out there reading, it's truly the best for me, because that means I've reached someone, I've connected. So I love the idea of connecting with young readers, and I hope to do a lot of that on Sunday.
Well, I'm sure you will. And what advice would you give to young readers who are looking to become an author and a writer of their own?
I always end my presentation with read, 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 and write, write, write. I tell them they're story detectives. Go out there and find the stories in your world, in your life, and write them down.
Read, 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 and write, write, write. I'm sure everybody's going to be remembering that one. Alice, one more quick question before we let you go. Do you have any upcoming books or stories that you're excited about and you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, a couple of years ago, my book Babe the Cat came out, and it's a wonderful book. It's funny, kids laugh out loud, which is what I really want. And I've got a sequel to it coming out in 2026 called Deck the Cats, and it's actually the same family getting ready for Christmas.
Oh, I'm sure kids are going to be very excited to read that book. Alice, thank you so much for joining us today here on the Splash Live.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful talking with you, Jake.